You are listening to another Third Coast Nerds podcast.
Why is it only coming out of my right ear?
Did she say anything? She didn't say anything.
Yeah, she did.
No, she said, welcome
No.
to a Third Coast Nerd
That's
podcast. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Really? I can't start.
No.
Try again.
That's the intro you get.
Why is this headphone only the left side? Right side?
Turn my headphones up.
Plug it back in. If you turn them around, the other ear will work.
Turn my headphones up.
How about now?
Where's my snare?
Okay.
I don't feel
You
properly
got the snare?
introduced.
I got it.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with it because that's the way the show starts.
Oh, it hurts.
Neil, you could just start saying
Needs
medieval
more cowbells.
Right.
and
Medieval.
Inception.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
I love the chaos right now because no one knows the show has started.
I know, it hurts.
I love it.
We're
I love
starting
it.
on Inception. We haven't even started talking about anything.
Is your
yet?
mic even on?
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Hello?
It is.
There
Hello?
we go.
You got to talk into the mic.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
Or
sorry.
you have to face Kyle the whole time.
Yeah.
How about I just put my
Look
lips
at
on
me.
it?
Look at me in the eyes.
You got to get up on it.
I thought you don't like it when I do that.
Yeah, this is what we should do before every recording. We've been sitting at this table for like 30 minutes, and we didn't check mics. We started listening to TLC because I had to pee.
Yeah, then Kyle was trying to do
and
a
then,
mix of.
and then he mentioned that summer when it was that song and Seal. So I wanted to hear them together. you know?
Yeah, the summer that Waterfalls and Kiss from a
I can
Rose
start it up again.
dominated radio.
I can do
You
it.
know what I just realized?
What's that?
So I was going to MagCon this weekend,
Yeah.
and Warhorn is the website where they have all the games listed. You can sign up so you know what time slots
Sounds
you're
so
playing what.
dirty.
And
Warhorn.
Chrome saved my login information for it, and it was the first thing I registered with my Third Coast Nerds email address.
Nice.
So it's just been going on a year, dog.
Yeah, it's been going on for a year. Yeah, because I got the notice to re-up and renew.
Yeah.
So
just
you owe me money.
I just realized I haven't checked my Third Coast Nerds email
You can't even
don't
say
have
it.
one
in about a year. Okay, good.
Yeah.
because you never bought one.
No, I created the Google one. That's what it was, and then we decided to switch. And then I never switched.
Yeah, because you were like, it costs money. No,
I so would have tried to use Gmail. I'm glad. Thank you,
bought
Chrome.
I had to buy. I bought all this, and then y'all switched, and I was like, I'm gonna wait, make sure we're actually gonna use that one before we switch to something else.
I get 5 emails a day.
yeah, I get more because of that's what all of the registration for.
Everything is on.
We're gonna go ahead and mention what we're on.
Oh, right? Oh, no.
Lipson.
We're going to do that one thing that all other podcasts do for like
Lipson.
6 minutes every episode.
Yeah. We have no sponsors.
We
so
lost
don't-
someone.
Oh,
We already lost. We already lost the guest.
I'd leave too if you gave me white headphones and a Peak mic condom.
He's used to it.
He's like, the left channel doesn't work. I'm out. I'm done
Right?
with this.
I'm listening in circles all night
Well,
long.
he's got to talk in both sides of the mic. That's where we should have gone with that.
I like that we're starting off this show because people complain about the length of the podcast, but listen to any morning zoo radio show and it starts this way every single show, every single day.
Except for they're hungover.
I don't listen
Yeah.
to radio.
Yeah, and I'm drinking right now, so I can be hungover tomorrow.
But they got the
So-
horrible DJ voice. Like,
Yeah, I've been told that.
7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Wake up, Houston. Ah.
10th
Well, we
caller
need to know-
gets concert tickets.
Well, also, we need an annoying girl to laugh at everything, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do the witch laugh. I need my button.
A which button?
Yeah.
Thankfully, we
No,
haven't.
which button do you need?
The witch button.
Oh,
Which one is that one?
you're
The
welcome,
witch, the
Chad.
witch button.
Is there a which Amazon Go button?
No. Just a witch button, not a witch button.
I'm blown away. I'll
in
mention it
sandwiches.
again because I mentioned it just a little bit before the podcast. I'm amazed. I did not know what the Amazon Go buttons were for, and now I need to put them everywhere because now I know what they do. So
Which buttons?
the Amazon Go buttons. So they're small, like keychain size buttons
You
that
should
you.
know, Kyle. You're Amazon king.
Yeah, I am. But I just order a bunch of shit. They
It's
never
for
send me a
people who
button.
can't use a shopping list.
Yes.
Essentially, they order a button for paper towels, and they put it in their pantry. And when they take the last roll of paper towels, they press the button, and then more paper towels show up.
If they're
Paper
Whoa.
towels,
Yeah,
like
paper
Pope
towels.
towels.
Papo towels.
Yeah.
I need some Opepo tiles on button command.
I could see someone who thinks about this kind of thing on the shitter, right? Like the area around the toilet paper dispenser just has 37 buttons all labeled.
What if you just if you just parted the towels on the towel rack and it looks like the entry panel to the Batcave?
I'd press every button. So
I was thinking about having every button on a fridge. If somebody had it all on their fridge, I would just stand there and just press
Now, does
Yeah.
it like do
You're
the
playing
button?
you're playing the refrigerator like it's
you know the
Simon,
easy
like,
button on the commercial. It's that essentially.
It's called the dash button.
I don't care what it's called.
Oh, go button dash. I don't know. It's whatever.
It's the same shit.
You press it and
Okay,
stuff
so you
goes
have
to your house.
Okay, so you they're predetermined.
Did we not just mention if you need paper towels, you press the paper towel
Yeah,
button?
but it only if the brand that you want is in the paper towel button.
Well, if it's not, you buy that brand.
But wouldn't
I
that
can say from experience, there's nothing more horrifying as a middle-aged white man than to go to the grocery store and realize they've discontinued the toilet paper you like.
Ooh.
That's a tough day.
Yeah,
What did you do?
it's pretty rough.
That's a tough day.
You know
Like-
what sucks is that you got to pay for these buttons too.
Oh yeah.
$4.99. You figure that you spend all that money already, they would just give it to you.
The
And
question
does it connect
is,
Wi-Fi's?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't read too much detail. I just saw like the purpose of it. I'm like, oh,
They have a
that's
Trojan
awesome.
dash button. I'm so buying that. I'm so buying
Put it
the
behind your headboard but on the wall. So
You know what I want? I went when I get Amazon
The box
Amazon
comes
now,
color-coded,
right?
so the last one is
I want
like a
the
different
dash
color.
button. I want the
Hey.
dash
It's
button
the
for
last
Amazon
one.
now.
Hold up
so
a
it's like,
second.
Whoa, what is it? What?
You guys thought I was gone. Surprise, bitches.
Well done.
I'm back.
you did music twice. Very nice.
Okay, so
Because folks are gonna be listening to this on April 1st,
Oh.
but you didn't even hear what she said. But anyway,
surprise, bitches.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
did say
You thought I
surprise
was
bitches.
gone.
I'm back. You thought I was gone.
Hey,
Nice.
so let me give you a scenario about this go button dash button thing.
I was
so what
in
if
the
you're
middle of a
sitting in
scenario.
the like so what if you're sitting in the toilet and then you're like okay
In the toilet?
In the
well,
toilet.
Why do you
I mean,
sit
sitting
in the
on
toilet?
Okay,
It's not a
whatever,
bidet
dude.
too.
Potato,
Right.
potato. I'm Asian. But anyways,
The Asians sit
so
in the
say if you're
toilet.
sitting in the baños and then you run out of toilet paper, you hit this button. Will it like Amazon deliver right away? Because otherwise you're gonna be
Well,
vulnerable
no, that's what I'm
there.
saying. Is if
Does it work with
if
Amazon
I live
now?
in Amazon now,
That is Amazon.
Yeah,
But is it-
there's
if it's Amazon
that's
now
the
eligible?
hour,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So you could be sitting there and like it's going to be a rough one, and you look over and you're like, that's going to be even a rougher one. I'm out of toilet paper.
I'm going to be
Hit
here
the
for
button.
2 hours.
Hit the button. It's going to show up before you're done.
Oh,
you
no,
just,
but
you
the
just
thing
need
is-
like a second button to say "come on in," right?
look,
If
look,
you've been sitting
but
there
you
for
still
2
need-
hours, just
No, you
take a
still need to-
shower. Just
No, you
get
still
it
need to
all
go out
off you.
No, but the thing is, you still need to go out there and lay out that little tarp so it can land. Oh,
The drone.
oh,
The Go drone.
yeah.
Well, no, that's where I was going. Like, if you had the Amazon Now and you had the Trojan button, she's upset, right? And you're just like,
Well,
the
if you can
headboard,
assign-
you click it, then the doorbell rings, and you go downstairs, and you're like, shabam.
I heard this came with free installation.
White glove service.
well, if you have it conditional, so we're going to get deeper into the technology. If you have it conditional to where, depending on the number of taps on the button, it sets a condition for the actual delivery of it. So if you triple tap, the drone's going to get a running start and just huck it through an open window.
No. I mean, it's a drone. It doesn't matter if it sees you. Just
It's
come
got a
right
camera
in.
on it.
It just crashes into your house.
I was trying to see.
No,
if
you
there's
leave the window open because, I mean, if you're there for that long, you're going to need the window open.
Yeah.
It just flies in, drops it off, goes out, you know?
I was trying to
You're
see if
just
there was a
screaming
dash
like,
button for
Amazon, save me! I need a hero. after having the queso that your girlfriend made, I could very much imagine a scenario where that would be required.
It was delicious, though.
It was fantastic.
So apparently they don't have a dash button for preparation H.
They have one for Vichy. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm assuming it's for
Press it,
something
see what
that's
happens.
itchy.
Anyway,
You did this.
Yeah.
I know. Amazon, you owe us money.
There's an Olay. There's an Olay. Is it,
No,
they bring
they're going
chips
to take
and
down
salsa?
requests. You said Amazon too many times.
Yeah.
No, is the Olay one where they bring chips and salsa?
Casole.
It's just, Olay. Click, click, click. Like,
An old Hispanic man shows up at your house and does a hat dance.
Nice.
please.
Drives with a
guitar.
3-wheel tricycle to deliver it, and it pulls it out of that little ice cream thing he carries.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, quick hits. Neil, you went and saw Batman versus Superman.
No.
No, I did.
You did not? You did. Okay.
I did.
I'm the only one that's finished Daredevil season 2, which came out first.
Oh, there's
We're
buttons.
scattered. We're scattered a bit. Deal
There's
with
a
it.
direct-
I also
Doritos
haven't
one.
watched the last 2 episodes of Arrow, so I think you have a lead on Arrow.
Yeah,
We got a lead on Arrow.
I'm not caught up with any of that.
But a quick recap on some interesting stats about Batman v Superman. It is the highest grossing picture to receive a rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
And it's also the largest Friday to Sunday box office decline since Fantastic Four.
I heard Mr. Affleck didn't like those questions when he was asked.
I think it was more of he was expecting to have a 2-camera setup.
Yeah.
And he was just thinking the camera's going to be on the person that's actually speaking right now that's answering this question. And he was just looking awkward in the frame next to the guy, staring off sadly at the ground. And a billion memes were launched. This has now replaced Sad Keanu
yeah.
on the internet. But I am excited to hear that the dude wrote. He's finished writing a standalone Batman screenplay.
Yeah, and I believe they're going to pick it up because it did make enough money for a sequel.
Well, if you think about it, I don't really. I haven't looked in detail, but as far as Oscar-winning screenwriters go and guys who have written comic book movies, I think he may be the only one.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
What that he's won for? Mm-hmm. He won for Good Will Hunting. And he also won Best Director for Argo. Or Argo won Best Picture.
Yeah.
But he was also nominated for a whole slew of directing. He got the Directors Guild Award for Argo. And he was nominated. Pretty much every movie he's worked on has been nominated for Best Picture, save for there was one of them that didn't make it. But he wrote and directed The Town. Or he directed Argo, and Gone Baby Gone. He wrote and directed.
Argo was overall a pretty good film, but I don't think it would have got near the acclaim it did if it wasn't a feel-good film.
Well, if it wasn't
right.
True Story, I didn't even feel like it was a feel-good film because it's like by the end of that movie, I was like, I don't care if any of these people die or not.
My favorite part was like when you were waiting to see if Mr. What's his name? Roseanne's husband,
John Goodman.
John Goodman,
Yeah.
is going to answer the phone or not.
Yeah.
And they're like filming, and like the phone's ringing, and it keeps like the phone, and then to them, and then to him trying to get across. Yeah, that was good. It was suspenseful. It was well done.
All right.
It's not a cam.
But Gone Baby Gone was killer. That was a great movie.
I saw the end of it, the last
Yeah.
like 30 minutes, so I know what happened.
Yeah.
And I guess that was going to happen when the movie started.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
It's not-
I feel
it's
like
not
I
an
just skipped the
unpredictable
first
movie.
part and just got to the good part.
Yeah, it's not an unpredictable movie, and The Town is like that instantly shot up to number 2 behind
The Hunting of
movie.
Goodwill.
No,
That's his best movie ever.
not in
Hunting?
Affleck movies. Heat, as far as heist movies goes.
Oh, really?
So yeah, Heat's my number 1 of all time.
I'll
I
give
love
you
that
that.
movie.
Yep.
But that was like, okay, that's a solid number 2.
Nice.
I dug it. I mean, it borrowed a lot from Heat, obviously.
Well, I mean, he did give you like 19 hours to take from.
Yeah, it's a long sit, man.
Like you know, they broke up Lord of the Rings into a trilogy for a reason.
And even then, it was still long.
I know,
but still, it's
and then you watch
epic. I
the
mean,
director's cut, and it's even longer.
yeah,
So many movies.
it's so
Don't ever
classic.
watch that at like one of those what was it, theaters that serve you beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're like,
You
is
wish
this
you would have
gonna
brought a
be
stadium pal with
fight?
you.
yeah.
I still need to buy one of those.
Yeah,
The number of movies that have borrowed from Heat. I mean, hell, even Batman or The Dark Knight borrowed
Yeah.
that whole interrogation scene from Heat.
yeah.
Like everything about that movie is very iconic. There's an entire like bank heist play out in Grand Theft Auto 4, I think. Either it's not 5, like 4, whatever the Russian dude was in. There's like a whole
Rocky
bank
4.
heist. Rocky 4. Rocky 4, Rocky Road.
Trago.
There's a whole bank heist scene that plays out just like the heist in Heat. And when you get to that point in the game, you're like, oh, as a fan of the movie, you're like, oh, this is the scene. I'm living it. The whole thing from start to finish, man. It's pretty trippy.
Okay, I just checked out that movie we were talking about, that Batman versus whatever. Yeah, it's not a cam.
Yeah,
Yeah. Downloading.
it's solid.
Screenshots.
They probably released it after all of the.
That looks like a cam though.
I don't know. It still looks pretty clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's been a lot
Open
of
your
HD
eyes.
cams. There's been a lot of HD cams that are floating
Oh,
around.
I'm sorry. I'm viewing it in widescreen. Let me hold on and do 4:3. Not 21 by 9.
Yeah. So in the recent, was it the Microsoft conference they have or whatever? They were showing some of their new virtual reality HoloLens technology, whatever that is. That's pretty much the only decent thing they showed at the conference. But I saw something. Garcia linked something off of Tested, where this guy built a sort of Oculus Rift like pinball game.
Interesting.
Where and apparently it's very cheap to build. I think it was only a couple $100s for him to build this, and you get the goggles, all that stuff. But it's got like it feels like you're sitting at a pinball machine, like an actual pinball machine, and you look all around the table and you can see you take it in as if you're standing in an arcade.
Wow!
And you can bump the table, you can do all that stuff, and that looked awesome for someone like I've been interested in the last couple of years of building a virtual pinball table.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Yeah, with like the LCD screen stuff because they look sharp and you can download 50,000 tables for free. The community's great behind it. But the idea of having to stick a pinball table, queso coming back already, man.
So if you bump the
Pardon me.
if you bump the table, you do bump the HoloLens.
No, it's a tilt sensor in the,
Oh,
in the
okay,
actual. I mean, it's basically like you're standing at like almost like an arcade console that has like no depth to it. It's like a foot deep, so you can park this thing on a wall. It's not going to take up that much room.
Just hang it on a wall.
Yeah, hang it on a wall, and you've got your full pinball table. But yeah, like the idea of having to build something and park something somewhere that's the size of the table we're sitting at, it takes up a lot of space. And I love pinball, but that's a big ask to park something this size.
So I'm thinking of an idea. So we open up a store where you just have them on the wall with the Oculus Rifts, and that way you can just take pictures of like 60 people lined up just on the wall doing this.
And then you got that one guy.
Hilarious thing.
That one guy who's like throwing his dick in the guy next to him's hand, and he's just like just hitting it. It's like I wouldn't try. I'd be like, I want a booth. Like, most people would be like, dude, if you want a booth, you want to go in there.
Now, what'd be funny?
I want to go in there so no one comes on me. That's why I want to have my own room for this.
Now, what'd be funny is to set up a public webcam and just post that and just look at a bunch of
I just think it'd be hilarious if you get like enough people to just sit there in line, like put them like 6 inches apart so they're real close and just get a nice little angle shot. Oh, it'd be hilarious. Or put like the one way, put a mirror, that way you can get like a really weird shot from the opposite direction.
Okay, you perv.
Yeah,
It's like they're playing naked. That'd be weird.
There's no dash button to bail us out of Kyle's.
Actually, I'm checking.
it'd be like that Twix commercial.
Yeah, I need a hero. Need a hero.
I found a Slim Jim dash button.
Does it say step into a?
No,
Is it the Tabasco one?
but I wonder if you hit that button.
No, is it the Tabasco one?
Was it Randy Savage come running out, or is it?
Oh.
Is it Randy? No, not Randy Savage. What
I
is
don't
it?
watch commercials.
Yeah, how many
Because
houses
Slim-
would he make it to before he broke his hip? Snap into a new hip joint. Oh,
Well, that's the thing. He does enough
broke.
of them, he gets a new hip. And it'll be Amazon brand.
yeah. So
Yeah, I don't have a dash button for that one.
I read that they're rushing into reshoots for Suicide Squad.
Reshoots.
Yeah.
Why? Did someone die?
Maybe they're looking at
What's in the
Batman
title?
versus Superman and realizing that they may not have a great movie, seeing the response to this.
Well, I mean, it was Ben Affleck going to be in Suicide Squad?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
He's already a part of it because he's Batman
Yeah.
in the movie. So he does have a cameo in it.
Maybe that's where they should start.
Yeah.
Actually, he was one of the better parts about the movie.
Yeah?
That's what I've heard universally. Like I've heard a lot of people say who are like diehard DC fans. They hate the movie as a whole, and they're very happy with Affleck's not only his Batman but his Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, like he did incredibly well. I think like if the movie was done better overall, like they had one giant pitfall that y'all will all realize in about the middle of the movie. What you want it up more?
Speak into your mic, not over your mic.
Yeah, I don't
can't
know.
get this to go back further like it used to.
Maybe you should
Keep fighting it. We're going to get the camera out. And we're going to get someone to stand 6 inches beside you and do the same thing.
So many windows I could make. Around.
Yeah.
So many things I could
flip,
talk about.
flip.
that.
You
Where
almost
it's coming
you
up
almost
instead of
have
down.
you almost have like a double Dutch rudder kind of thing happening.
That will solve your
Is
problem.
that better? You happy about that?
Yeah.
All right. So
See what you did with this whole surprise thing? None of us are prepared for anything.
Yep. Nope. Not prepared.
I blame
at
you,
all.
British voice chick.
British.
She's supposed to be
British.
Not even close.
Mary Poppins.
Play her.
Yeah,
Play her
Mary
again.
That's
Play-
robot
play-
robot
play her
Mary
again.
Poppins.
She's not British. She don't have a snaggle tooth.
Oh.
Well, the space bar is
Sorry,
cracked on the
British
keyboard.
people.
Her virtual
But it
teeth
is
are
true.
impeccable.
Yeah. So there's the downfall That's where I was at.
Yeah.
I remember I was going with it.
Yeah.
So there's a downfall. If they would have fixed that and like one or two minor things about the movie, in my opinion, he'd be up there in like the top three Batman.
So you're saying if they fixed the largest problem they had and a few of the smaller problems, it would be a good movie.
No,
That's what you're telling me right now.
No, I'm saying it would have
So that would
supported it would have supported his good acting, and it's weird to say Ben Affleck good acting, but it would have supported his good acting more than it
So that would just make it another
did
movie.
because it didn't.
Well, honestly,
and
if you
and
think
he'd
about
be rated higher.
you think about anyone, the worst person you can possibly imagine to choose for a role, getting a role as iconic as a Batman. Like, Batman and Superman are seriously probably the biggest two superhero names over time for movies. They both had long series, multiple actors, big names, stuff like that. Even someone who isn't as well respected as others in the industry, like Ben Affleck, if he takes the role seriously, he's going to do a good job with it. Because, who's going to get the role of Batman and be like, I'm going to wing it?
That one guy, what was his name? George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney. Well, in so many ways, Batman, you're just playing the suit, and Michael Keaton said the same thing. You're just playing the suit.
But he did more than that, and that's what
Yeah,
I liked about
I
it.
think
he was a really good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
and,
I think with machinist dude, what the fuck?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I think they went looking for a dude that would play the suit well, and not so much play Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Because like Michael Keaton knew that like you got to sell Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Or else you're like the suit plays itself. You don't have to do anything with that.
And Clooney was Bruce Wayne before he got picked for the movie.
Yeah.
So,
But he kind of screwed up that suit. Like,
Yeah,
maybe actually no, they gave him the suit with nipples. It's not his fault. And I couldn't think about it.
Joe, to be honest, Tim Burton kind of led Batman down the wrong path in those two movies. With the second movie, obviously,
for sure.
and then Joel Schumacher taking over was what. Like he really wanted to make the Adam West slapsticky Batman.
The nipples.
Yeah, with the bat nipples and everything else.
Well, the sad part for me is the Tim Burton's ones, even though I don't put them on the highest regard, up until the latest set with the Machinist. And really, they'll say that was all about the Joker, regardless. That whole last last set.
Well,
but they had the most watchability for me, like rewatchability.
Yeah.
Because even I
The
wasn't a
Dark
huge
Knight.
fan of Penguin. Like it grossed me, all that kind of just.
Yeah.
But
The
Well,
Dark
and
Knight.
Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne was like the way that they want it portrayed. I think he did well. Like the way that they did the storyline where he was supposed to be that playboy, and then like they wanted that drastic change. So I think that he played it the way that they wrote it. But I think they could have
included the word douchebag in every sentence.
Yeah,
and I
they
don't think
could
it
have wrote
plays. I don't think it plays so well for Bruce Wayne to have that sort of playboy character. If you look like, especially like in any of the comic book renditions, especially like The Dark Knight Returns, where he's much older in that book. He's 55 years old in that book. He's more standoffish. Yeah, he may have parties or whatever at his mansion or whatever, but he's away from it.
He's more of a recluse.
Yeah, like he's not playing a part of it.
like in
He's-
the third one.
yeah, he's the broody dude that like just sort of he has to maintain a public image. He's not necessarily going over the like when Christian Bale steps out of the freaking helicopter with the supermodels. Yeah. You're like, that don't feel like Bruce Wayne.
And that's why I felt it was the way that it was, because they were trying to do the whole origin and moving into it. So they kind of went through like a few of the way that the cartoons were for me, the Batman cartoons, just because there were the ones where he was all flashy and stuff. Like those didn't last long. But then the ones that I remember the most were he was a big part of the community, and he was always trying to help the community as Bruce Wayne, and then also as Batman. Like everyone knew him because he was trying to help the city, doing ribbon cuttings, things like that. So they transitioned into that, like the second one, and then the third one, he was like the grumpy old Batman from Batman Beyond almost, because he didn't want to deal with anyone. He just wanted to be in his room with a bow randomly. He was like, I'm going to sit in this room with a bow.
He was sitting in his room and stroke his bow.
And he's like, I'm just, Alfred, you can bring me food, and I'm not even going to eat it. And then, until he got something up his butt, he was like, now I got to go to the doctor and get those knee things going down so I can talk to people and then kick some more ass, right? So that gave me like more of the Bruce Wayne Batman Beyond feel, where he's the old guy trying to train Terry McGinnis.
That would be cool if they try to make that happen with Affleck and trying to make, because you can't. They got to stop relaunching these characters. They got to stop telling origin stories. The one thing, I read the synopsis of the movie. Obviously, I haven't seen it, but I read that they went back and did Bruce Wayne's origin with his parents getting shot.
Yes and no. They did it just enough to make you understand what was going on in the movie. It
At
wasn't like
this
it was.
point-
It was a 5-minute thing.
Yeah, at this
Like,
point, it's the same. Like, you don't need to see Spider-Man getting bit by a fucking spider anymore.
Well,
Like,
no,
you
but
know how it happens.
But they didn't do it because they didn't even do it like it
that how it
really
happened?
was. They did kind of a special rendition of it that it was a little weird.
Yeah.
But they did it in a way because it was always like a flashback and you saw his reaction after it. So they only did. It was very short, but they only did it when they wanted you to see the character and what was going through his mind. Because
We all know what's going through his mind. He thinks it's his fault. His parents are dead. Like, we've all seen it how many times?
the way they did it. I think was tasteful. It wasn't the killer of the movie. That's for sure.
It's funny that we get to this point of mentioning origin stories and these characters. You see the way that they're played, and like, how many DC heroes are billionaire orphans?
Oh yeah, all of them.
There's a lot of them because
You
you
have,
put that in contrast.
Arrow.
Batman.
Yeah, you put that in contrast with like, well,
Adam,
even Superman,
Flash.
I mean, he may not have the money,
Yeah, even
but
Flash,
he's
too.
a super powered alien, can kill everyone whenever he wants.
Well, no, but his real parents were rich as hell. They just blew up all their money.
Yeah, like we rule a whole planet.
Yeah,
Come at me.
They all like.
Come at me, bro.
But you
I
weigh
wish I was
that.
wearing that shirt tonight.
But you weigh that against, like, you put all the DC creators in, what was it, Joel Schuster and those guys. If you put I hope I said his name right. You put all those guys in a room and contrast that with like Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, who are developing very complex characters with very unique backgrounds and origin stories. And you get over to the DC side, it's like you could go back and forth where it's like, Spider-Man, he's a teenager and he has all the teenage problems, but he's like he gets bit by a radioactive spider, and now he has all the athleticism that he ever dreamed of, and he has, he's fighting crime, doing all this stuff. Billionaire
orphan.
playboy orphan. Okay. We have a soldier that was physically weak and a nerd and would never get accepted to the military during World War II, and he gets injected with the super serum, and all of a sudden he's just taking down Nazis. Billionaire playboy orphan with arrows.
But his parents die when he's a teenager instead.
Yeah.
Not
But
when he's a
instead,
kid.
but instead of his parents getting shot when he's 7, they get shot when he's 9.
And
Big difference.
and his dad had a book with a bunch of names in it.
Yeah.
So you feel so cheated. Wolverine, government experiment. Like it's and he may be immortal. You never know.
And then the next one, billionaire playboy that went to school and shrunk himself, then made himself bigger. We can't get past this billionaire playboy. And I believe he's an orphan too.
Money doesn't buy you happiness, but apparently money buys you your own comic book property, like your own identity.
And a cave.
Well, I mean,
And a cave.
if you had enough money, you could become a superhero. I'm like kind of pissed off that we have this many billionaires in the world and we don't have like a random Batman in New York City or something.
No, they
How
just
come
run for
Bill
president
Gates
and
ain't?
lose all their
How
money.
come Bill Gates ain't strapped on armor and going to defeat ISIS himself?
Exactly.
Right.
You know?
Stop worrying about starving children.
Well, because if he did like the Iron Man suit, it would blue screen right over the ocean and just
Actually, what he
be
should
like,
do.
shit.
Actually, what he should
Should've
do
bought
is
Apple.
sponsor the homeless children to carry guns. Oh no, but then that would be the terrorists.
How big of a suit would you need for Wozniak?
The Hulkbuster.
Whatever you can fit on.
The freaking like, there's kids in neighborhoods going like, "Is that Big Hero 6 for real?" Like,
Is that how supersized looks?
did Kirby come to life? What?
And what voice does he use with his? Could you see that, the conversations? Like, we know who you are. We hear this all the time. Come on. Yeah.
And out of
Make him
nowhere,
say something else. Make him say something else.
and all of a sudden, like zombie Steve Jobs pops up with his own iron suit with the Apple logo in it.
No. So you have to find a catchphrase for him because I'm sure you can think of one and do it in his voice. Like when he lands, right? He lands at ISIS, right? I'm gonna set it up for you, and then you run with it.
Oh no, I
So
need time. I
he-
gotta think.
I'll take a minute. So he lands at
Do
ISIS.
you guys have hoagies?
You're talking about Gates or Wozniak?
Wozniak.
Oh, because I was gonna say Bill Gates would be the Windows XP boot up sound.
No, he would.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think he would fuck with people and it'd be Siri.
all
that'd be
all of his
great.
blasters are the bells.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What would you?
Stop, or I'll.
Oh yes.
That's every one of his little laser beams.
Wait. Do it like the scene in the original Iron Man where he's like. Oh, that would be like they'd be so confused. They'd be like, I call tech support.
Yeah,
we don't know what's going on.
They're looking away from the firefight to look at their computers. Like, did it just go off? Like, I got a message. What is that? What's happening?
It's a distraction. Then bam, laser beam to the head. Oh, this is wonderful.
That was a great rabbit hole we just went down. Those guys are never going to talk to us now.
Yeah. We just made you a new movie franchise.
Or they will through a lawyer.
Right.
DC, take notes.
Well, I got a message for DC and whoever else makes the Arrow and okay, sorry. Arrow and the Flash. Please kill off Laurel and Iris soon.
Oh my god!
I swear, y'all writers don't know how to write for women or something, dude.
That's most writers don't know how to write for women.
I'm a couple episodes behind, but I'd be perfectly fine if Felicity walked off a bridge too.
No, I kind of like Felicity.
her.
No, I like Felicity.
Nah.
Me and our friends.
No, she's the lesser of two evils. Because Laurel, I still want her to walk
evils.
down a short pier.
Yeah,
I think
she's my favorite out of the three because the other two are train wrecks. Like I can't stand his sister. She's like a little crackhead running around.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
and then
Yeah, especially when she's
Laurel
wearing
is
that
just
mask.
like a
She's yummy,
feminist
though.
that like wants to be in the kitchen. I don't understand
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, and then was it when Cisco upgraded her voice thing instead of like throwing a bomb? Now she like poses and then screams. I was like, yeah, that makes it more intimidating.
Makes it look like she's dropping a deuce.
That's probably why she's screaming.
That's what you sound like when you're constipated.
Yeah, that when PMS starts
that's
coming in.
That would be my question to the entire Arrowcast is, on set, how do you keep a straight face whenever she's making that scream
Right?
face?
I know.
Oh, I hope they're coming to a con
Oh,
soon because
and
I'm
you know
going to
what?
ask that.
Because you know there's no sound on set.
Yeah.
So it's just her going,
No, I'm going to ask her. I'll be like, so do you have to eat a lot of cheese before you do those scenes?
No, I think what it is, that collar that she's wearing. I think somebody hits a
just hit
electric
the
shock collar. There she goes.
taser.
So has anyone watched yesterday's Flash?
No.
I have not watched Flash.
I did. Two flashes.
Oh, you watched Dos Flash?
Yeah, those flash.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyways, about the Arrow, I realized watching the first episode and then later on, whatever, the Sarah Lance in the first episode is a lot hotter than the one that's actually carrying on the torch. If you realize that. The girl that plays Sarah Lance, the character, first episode, I guess she was a stand-in for the pilot, and then after that, they had the cleft
Yeah, I
chin
remember
girl.
that.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm fairly
Yeah,
certain.
she's a lot hotter. I wish she was in it.
So
I still
not
like her better.
Laurel, not
No.
Laurel. The
No, I
No,
wish they
the
would
sister.
replace her. Yeah, no.
The one
Sarah
that
is
wasn't
the,
around that
The
often.
one that's on the Legends.
Black Canary.
So Legends
yeah,
of
I don't
Tomorrow,
like
gotta
like
watch.
her as an
don't?
actress.
No, I have to.
Why?
It's coming up soon.
Oh yeah.
She can be on the next one of the next two
Oh,
episodes.
Jewel State.
I got the Firefly Loot Crate, and they have an interview with her in it. And yeah, the way she talks it up, I'm like, I'm gonna have to watch that show.
Yeah.
Who you've been watching The Magicians, right?
I think I'm up to. I abandoned it after a while.
How many
Not that it
bunnies?
wasn't good, but I just got distracted by other things. So I think I may be up to like episode 6 or something like that.
The last episode I watched was probably my favorite episode. And the icing on the cake is after Plex got done playing it, it goes back to the episode summary.
Yeah.
And guess who the director was?
Who?
Amanda Tapping.
I'm gonna watch The Magicians now.
Yeah, I was like,
See,
nice.
I created a list like 2 years ago with all of their stuff, and I was starting to follow them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got busy, and I don't remember the list once, and I got to start the list over. But there's like in my
You know,
favorite,
IMDb has that list, right?
Well, no, that's what I did. Is I compiled it all because a lot of them cross over with stuff. So that way, that's how I prioritized. That way, I could hit 2 in 1. But like because I've got my favorite like 3 shows. You know, you got Stargate, all of them, Firefly. Like I took those 2 mainly, and then I was like, let's see where everyone went, and then you just watch.
Wow. She's got a pretty lengthy directing credit history.
Who Tapping?
Amanda Tapping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did some of
2 episodes of Van Helsing, 1 episode of Magicians, Dark Matter, X Company, Olympus, Continuum.
She did some Sanctuary too, right?
yeah,
well,
did 3 episodes in
acted
Sanctuary.
and
Yeah,
directed.
but I think she did like the better episodes if I remember right.
Directed 1 episode of Stargate.
They
Which
all,
I mean,
they,
like
think they all got one.
any series that goes on for a long time, you eventually get the actors in the directing rotation at some point.
Yeah.
And usually those are like the best episodes.
Christopher Judge, actually, if you go look at
Oh,
the
wow,
ones that
yeah.
he was in the seat, though it's funny because Teal'c is the alien who hardly has any facial movement and no emotion whatsoever.
And like the
he
first
had-
2 seasons, he says "indeed."
he directed a couple of really good episodes.
Yeah,
Like
he's one that I wanted to follow because he does a lot of the off cuff stuff that
Dude,
like,
Home Dude is
no
like
one hears
ridiculously
anything.
buff now.
Yeah, so like you don't hear anything about it, and then he's like he was a part of this huge thing, and you're like I want to watch that, and then you can't fucking find it because it's only in Canada.
Well,
Yeah.
like Frakes with the Next Generation, like a lot of the iconic episodes in Next Generation, he directed, and he kind of I want to say he even directed quite a bit of Voyager and Deep Space Nine as well, and kind of shaped the arcs for those series as well. But that guy's had his hand in that franchise pretty heavy, and it's been for the best. It's been for the better.
It'd be nice if we got another TV series from Star Trek world.
At this point, like
Yeah.
you can do it, and you can have it taken pretty seriously. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, if you go the Netflix route,
Oh yeah,
man, like I imagine like a Netflix Star Trek series where if they cut it down, like remember when Battlestar Galactica came back and they had the miniseries and that epic, like it felt huge, it felt big, it felt like okay, they're taking it seriously now. They could do the same thing with Star Trek because now you have it established in that J.J. Abrams feel with directing and the cinematography and stuff like that. If you did something similar, not on that scope because you obviously can't do the special effects.
well,
on that level.
and you can give yourself a good dark villain.
Yeah. But
Think of the Borg nowadays, how like menacing they would look.
Oh yeah.
With the CGI and even just like the robotics and the plastics and all that, the stuff that they could 3D print for them.
Yeah.
But like it could be pretty impressive. Like,
But imagine jumping ahead to the Next Generation timeline with the J.J. Abrams universe established. Like that would be awesome to see. But unfortunately, fanboys won't let it happen because like it's not true to the original. Go eat a dick. This is a better story. Like
you could call it the Nexter Generation.
the Nexter Generation. Because every time they try to make a new series now, like the time has passed. You can't have a series now that has that same feel as the Next Generation or Deep Space Nine or Voyager. Like that was the 90s. You can't go back there.
Yeah.
So if we're ever asked for Star Trek question or Stargate questions again, I have a great one.
Good to know.
Name someone else. Name someone else on the main cast that was on MacGyver.
That was on MacGyver? Mm-hmm. Main cast.
The Hershey's chocolate bar,
Like
the duct tape.
the original series or the Next Generation.
No, Stargate has Richard Dean Anderson, right? MacGyver,
SG-1.
SG-1. So then you have someone else that is in every episode with him that was also on an episode of MacGyver.
I don't remember him on MacGyver, him or her. I know who plugs MacGyver every time, and that's obviously Amanda Tapping. But I would probably have to go with Shanks.
Christopher Judge.
Really?
Yeah. He played, I think, someone with the last name of Judge. Let me scroll back down to it. But yeah, I just saw that, and I was like, I don't remember that episode of MacGyver, and I've seen them all.
Yeah. So we got another show to start on Sci-Fi this weekend.
What's that?
That Winona Earp thing we discussed a few months back.
Winona Earp.
Winona Earp.
Was I here for that one?
I don't think we discussed this.
Oh, we did. I asked if any of you had heard of the comic book, and you said no. And then I explained what it was.
I don't think you explained it very well because I don't remember any of that.
Like derail and look at your laptop, so I can't take you seriously.
Still didn't. Doesn't change the fact. You got to start over. Try again.
So, like, apparently, Winona Earp is a descendant of Wyatt Earp.
Okay. Already like it.
If I had to judge on that alone, it sounds like the most ridiculous concept ever.
It's the family ends up being cursed, and essentially,
Well, your name is Earp, so
Earp lives in a town called Purgatory, and it essentially has like a supernatural type feel to it. So,
so this is based on the Bo Smith comic. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So it starts up this weekend, April 1st, or the day that is on Sci-Fi. So
Sure
with
is there,
Sci-Fi's recent success on a few of the shows we've each watched, it may be something to pay attention to. Because the
I
storyline
think
seems like it
they're-
could be interesting, too.
I think Sci-Fi is on the track to be something to pay attention to for a few, years to come.
Well,
I think that
I missed Sci-Fi Friday.
Yeah, I mean,
That
too.
was
I would get cable again to feel that one more time.
That Sci-Fi
to
Friday,
feel that
yeah.
one more again.
To
I would get cable.
SG1 followed by Atlantis, followed by Battlestar Galactica every Friday night.
Yeah.
They should bring back Stargate Universe. They should bring back Eureka.
Well, why have reruns when you've got new properties
that's
that
the show I
are
need
that
to
are doing
watch,
well?
Eureka.
Like,
You haven't watched it?
I never watched it.
no, they just need to bring back those and like maybe start a new season of
I was sad
Warehouse,
that
and bam,
Expanse,
I'd watch it.
Was only 10 episodes.
I'd subscribe
Yeah.
to cable.
Yeah, I
but
actually
why
like that.
why would you watch reruns when you already own the DVDs?
No, I'm
the
saying
box
you
sets,
start
everything
new
else?
seasons of those.
Oh,
Like all of those should have continued. They all ended too early. Maybe not Eureka. Eureka, they ended pretty well.
Yeah,
all things have to have an end because you have to have a gap to where they're like, oh, do we have any more story to tell? You know, you need a little bit of a buffer.
Well, then bring back Firefly. They've had long enough to figure out what the hell to do with it next.
So I just pinged you an article for Winona Earp that has a teaser trailer in it if we want to watch.
Yeah.
I think we're off putting video on this for a
We
while.
ain't got to put video over there. We ain't got to show other people. They can listen to us watch it.
Well, the audio comes through the thing still.
We can turn it down.
I'd say we just throw it. I mean, Sci-Fi. Come on. I think the next time you should let me type a little letter to
I'm
YouTube.
still waiting for the word back from Viacom if we are legit or not on the claim.
Really?
Yeah, they still haven't gotten back to me on that yet. So
Because I mean,
don't
I
care.
see like the trailers just copied over, and they're like, it literally says official trailer, and they share it.
I
and
understand
it's personally
completely.
fine.
I understand completely.
So
Like
I say we just keep trying until they.
we're
like,
well within the realm of fair use
Yeah.
for all this stuff, but I don't want to have to go back and have another episode pulled from YouTube because I don't know what the limit is before the entire channel gets taken down and all of our uploaded content is gone. So I would rather not keep poking a tiger on that. Let's get the board back from Viacom where it'll establish a precedent like, oh yeah, we are within the realm of fair use for all this.
I just keep poking them.
Yeah, I say we poke them one more again.
Well, I mean, like, if you're down, you're down. Because I mean, hell, we've only got like what 4 views a week on
Probably.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
let's
no,
do it.
yeah. All right,
Poke
So
them one more again.
you're gonna have to talk because it's gonna take me a while to pull this up.
Okay,
Really?
We can
Yeah,
talk.
I sent you a link.
So
The link,
Neil,
you can click on
Neil,
this.
It's over here.
on a scale from 0 to 1 for Winona Earp.
I haven't seen the trailer
you haven't
yet.
watched
That's
the
why
show
I
yet.
wanted to watch it.
Well, there's a picture over there.
I said that like a minute ago.
Okay, just to let y'all know, it is a cam.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm watching the.
So
the
you just
sample
wasted
right now.
bandwidth to identify that it's a cam?
No.
you wasted my bandwidth.
No, I downloaded. I downloaded it at my house. By the way, that file only took 10 minutes to download.
But yeah,
Like the whole movie.
the whole theme is really
So-
like
so
Wild
just to let
West,
y'all know,
so it
it-
should be interesting.
Just let y'all know on a side note here, if y'all need to buy a new router or whatever, get the Ubiquity, the USG gateway. That thing is badass.
Say it one more.
Yeah,
No, I'm not just gonna say the name, but
that's the one Kenneth has, and
USG.
Tank has it as well.
Yeah, it's only like $115 for that gateway device. And dude, like before I put that in, I was downloading tops. Maybe like say I would download 4 or 5 things. I won't say too many details. And I was probably topping out at around 6 or 7 megabits. Now I'm topping out at 20 megabits, which is not bad considering that I'm downloading older files. You know. But
My last speed test was 278 megabits.
no, I'm not talking about speed tests. I'm talking about file downloads.
Oh.
Oh no, my speed test is about 150 megabits right now.
All of my automation means that I'm one of the first 3 people to start downloading things, so I only have a single source. So not gonna help me a ton.
But what's good about it is that it's tied into the unified software. So I got 2 access points, everything is tied
nice.
in. So like what's cool about it is you can just install an access point, and then you can just you can actually manage it through your browser. You don't have to go
that's
there
cool.
and configure it, nothing. And it's badass, dude.
They should pay us for ads because that sounded like a really good ad.
Right?
I want to know what this ad is.
Yeah, I'm still fishing for it on Instagram
This?
from Ubiquity. So
Oh wait, I played this. Yeah, they have his 2-1. Oh sweet. I had to get that.
No. It's for the X-Bone.
Yeah, but
I
we're not
have
going
an
to show it
Xbox.
because it's an
Why?
ad. Can we go back? Can we go back? Can we go back?
Yeah?
Are you ready?
Are people seeing that or
So,
not?
to all the audio people, to all the audio listeners, LOL.
Some kids inherit money. Others get
I
talent.
ain't get no money.
Me? I got a demon killing gun. Crazy runs in
What
the
if it's a cult?
family.
I was just thinking that.
Which only I can handle.
The only thing that can put these demons down again is you.
Choppy as fuck.
Yeah. Well, we've got video in and video
Sex
out, so
downloading crap.
yeah.
Winona Herb. Series premiere April 1st on Sci-Fi.
I mean,
But I'm wondering how much of a Firefly feel it'll have because it's Wild
damn it.
West.
I gotta watch
Yeah.
another.
So-
Start watching another series now.
Oh, why is that?
Huh? I don't have time anymore. I'm watching so many like Supernatural, The Flash,
I'm behind
DC
on
Legends
Supernatural,
of
too.
Tomorrow, Daredevil.
I need to take a vacation day.
I haven't even
and
watched my
just,
animes
like,
for 3
catch
weeks
up.
because of the TV shows.
Oh wow!
Well,
are you
suffering-
getting a fever?
No, I'm suffering from hentai withdrawal. Tentacles, bitch, tentacles.
Oddly enough, he's sweaty either way.
I got a fever. The only prescription is more tentacles.
Yep.
Oh no.
That's so dirty. Nope, that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, hit us up for fair use with that, Japan.
yeah, but I mean, well, we're talking about the series. We're debating it. Obviously,
I'm gonna watch it.
fair use is this is well within the realm of fair use. You watch a trailer, you review it, you discuss it.
We just gave them a free ad, so let them try to take it down. Like, hey, here's an advertisement. Let's talk about their advertisement. No, you can't borrow that. Screw
Yeah.
you.
Well, so many things are up in the air with copyright. So Formula One management, the ownership of Formula One, had a game taken off Steam for having open wheel race cars that don't even resemble Formula One cars, and they didn't use any of the tagging, no Formula One, none of the logos, none of the brands, nothing involved in the sport, and had a game removed from Steam because it slightly resembled their cars.
I think if anything, we'll just create our own site called MyTube, and we'll put it on there.
Guarantee you, there's already that site.
Isn't that already Chris Flicks?
Yeah.
But F1, but F1. I mean, there's not really a car like a design, right? That they own. It's just
There's
like,
tons of open wheel series
Yeah.
all over the world. I mean, Formula Nippon in Japan. You have Formula Renault in Europe. IndyCar in U.S.
My tube. Don't want to share that screen.
Yeah, you should check out this other one.
There were
called,
lots of butts on that screen.
No, you should check out this one. It's not yours. It's free cams. Yeah. That's
Wow.
what you just like to watch.
This is where it's going.
Right?
That's
Oh,
it.
well.
We're ending it right there.
I'm
He started. I
got-
just ended it. I booked ended.
I've got a bit about it, and
Go.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But they have cam shows in the Mideast that broadcast from the Mideast. They have Mideast IP addresses. They have the full head garb on, but rip all the other gear off. But like, I'm looking at this, like thinking, this has to be the most patriotic shit I've ever seen. Because you got to think about it, like they live in a war zone, bombs are falling, they can get dragged in the street and stoned to death for what they're doing, but it's all for that dollar. So keep on showing them cam shows.
But they don't show their face.
They don't show their face. So
That's probably a good.
They
thing,
probably
'cause
don't have
some-
any other identifying markers.
yeah.
Well, I mean, no one's going to see those anyways. 'Cause
Right.
That's the only.
Well, I mean,
time.
as long as you keep it halal from the neck up, I don't know. I guess it works.
Who knows? So, am I the only one here going to MagCon this weekend?
I think so.
Why are you people useless?
I'm not useless.
Yeah, you are. You haven't been to MagCon yet.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Well, we were
But-
holding out for.
There's deals, though, right? I mean, it's like
you
a
know,
flea
for
market
move.
kind of thing.
No, you go there and play
It's
games.
a fundraiser for New Caney ISD. It's $20 for a
I wanna
weekend
go to school
pass.
Those kids aren't getting any
And-
smarter. I'm
Well, the
saying.
guy that runs Etten, it's him that does it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, me and some friends went last year. Garcia's going to be there, Jasmine.
I'm having a game.
But it's
night
like
here.
$20. I won Stratego as a door prize.
You have a game night this weekend?
Trevor and Heather are coming over. Yeah,
Nice. Saturday?
yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
the plan. Unless I end up
That's
working.
MagCon day.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with all of that hopefully, and some other stuff,
You see all that, guys? Yeah, that's going to be there next week.
and get my taxes done.
But yeah, dude,
I
it's
have a big weekend plan.
They use
Adulting.
Warhorn or whatever it is to list all the games and what slots are available.
Yeah.
So you go and register. I want to play this game at this time, and then Don and Chris and probably someone else will be running the Steve Jackson game tables, which just means they have a stack of Steve Jackson games. You pick which one you want to play, and they teach you how to play it. That was the start of Revolution. The game Revolution was, I played it the first time last year at MagCon. So that game has been played 100 times. Maybe was that 2 years ago? It was last year at
That was
MagCon.
2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Because we played on vacation. No, could have been because vacation was right after MadCon.
Yeah.
And
So
you were-
that game has gotten a lot of play time, and that was shown at MadCon. So I'm sure they'll have all the new Steve Jackson stuff.
They'll
over
have
there.
the steampunk munchkin.
Yeah. So, but they have like a D&D 101 class. So for people that don't know how to play, it's like a 30-minute introduction how to play D&D.
Is
They
there
got
a-
all the Pathfinder stuff?
is there a Drist game at all?
I may take it.
Yeah.
But Etten will have a setup there where you can buy games, and then door prizes, and they do an auction. So
What's the money costs?
$20.
$20
for a weekend
get in.
pass. Yeah. And it's right off of 59. And by the way, your leg of the Parkway is free until Monday.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I saw that,
Maybe.
and because I'm used to having cones usher me off
Yeah.
onto the overpass. I'm like, oh wait a second, I got to wake up and actually pay attention to what I'm doing now.
No. Go all the way down exit Rayford.
Okay,
It's faster. I've been taking it home every day, and it saves me like 10 minutes. It's awesome.
does it exit? Oh, I guess the
Yeah,
back
it
here?
exits right here on Rayford at Riley Fuzzle by the HEB, and then it's less to get to my house that way.
Yeah.
Now we're telling those 4 people like we're narrowing it down for
Everyone knows
more.
who you is, dog. But yeah, it's free until Monday.
Yeah.
So maybe.
No, it says
So one sign today said the 4th. The other sign said the 3rd.
yeah, it'll start charging on the 4th on Monday. You have through the weekend for free.
But still, it's like $3.
Same thing they did on your leg.
Yeah.
They did it for almost a week.
Well, and like the it's really weird because like the first one I hit is like 42 cents.
They're based on distance.
And then the
Yeah.
next one I hit, like literally half a mile is 62 cents, and then I exit. And I'm like, seriously?
It's they're based like going to 290. They're like 73 cents, $1.11, like
Yeah.
108.
Well, shit, that's a
90
lot
cents.
cheaper than Bellway 8. It's like Bellway 8
It comes out to about the
they're,
same.
They're
more
a lot
frequent.
more of them.
Oh, okay.
Instead of having like 4
Yeah, but still,
toll
like,
booths
I think it's
separated
like I think
out.
it's going to end up being almost $50 to go all the way around it.
No, but if you go
Well,
Bellway,
but still, I mean, like I'm still paying less to take the Grand Parkway from 249 to 290 than I was going on 249 from Spring Cypress to 2920.
Yeah.
Like that short distance was more expensive than me going all the way out to Cypress.
Well, and I think that even like the small savings in gas.
oh
as
yeah,
well.
like dude, like for $3, it's worth 25 minutes of my time.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
going out
that's
to
every time I decide about tolls, I'm like, if I break down, this is me per hour. This will save me 10 minutes. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I went out to Sherwood Forest Fair last weekend, a few days ago, and I used that to get to 290, and it cut. Man, it took me less than 2 hours to get out there, and it's 45 minutes from Austin, and Austin's usually a 3-hour trip.
Yeah,
So like it cut a good 40 minutes off my trip, being able to just jump on 99 over.
it's fantastic, but you're still upset at the proposition of having to pay for this
Yeah.
for the rest of your life. You
Yeah.
know, because they'll never stop charging people.
Oh no, I did see a couple people we know at Sherwood Forest Fair.
I was going to ask you about that.
Bet you can't guess who I saw.
I can.
Mama Earth.
Jen.
Well, no.
You didn't see Mama Earth out there.
Who?
Mama Earth, Gaia, Jen.
Oh yeah.
That's
But
what I
no,
just
someone
said.
else. Some other people's.
Some other people's. Give us a hint.
Do they live under stairs?
No.
Well, there goes that theory.
But we see them at every con.
The guys that wear fairy stuff.
Yeah, Dim and Wit.
Yeah.
The Fairy Brothers.
I don't
The
know.
bronies.
Yeah.
You
I
know
saw them
them.
at a distance. I was afraid. I went somewhere else.
Yeah, they were. I was actually going to see Gaia, and they were up the
Yeah.
hill.
I saw one of them
So-
at the last Etten thing.
Yeah.
I was in there. And
They have an event actually on
back and was like,
Facebook
hey.
for MagCon saying they'll be there, but they won't be in costume, so you get to see who they really are. Like,
Oh, so
we
like
usually
they're
do at all
like
the VIP events at
in
cons.
disguise, but also still in disguise.
One of them's hosting a game. I gotta
so they're
look
like
and see which one.
Autobots.
I don't know.
But-
To me, like either way that I see them now, because I've ran into them in a couple areas. Because I think they live in this general area on the north side.
I'm not sure.
And so when I'll see them in public, and I'm just like, you can't miss them. I'm like, your hair's not bright, and you're not wearing a pink fluffy shirt, but I know who you are.
I see one downtown in the tunnels every once in a while. So I just.
The standalone brony.
Oh no, this is in work clothes.
He
not,
sees him
not,
he sees him in the tunnels in the private.
So wait.
Like
who-
Chad's
who-
envisioning
no,
him
no, no,
holding
no,
a
wait.
sign. He's just
Wait a second.
like,
Who are you spotting?
What do you mean?
one of the fairy brothers in the tunnel.
Dim and Wit.
Oh, you see one of them specifically.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking like you just spotted a gay in the wild.
I found them.
No, but if you if
You're
you, if
putting
you
like
enjoy,
cones around him. Like
a velvet rope.
If you enjoy the Renfest, definitely check out Sherwood Forest Fair. It was a really good time.
Well, I like that they run at different times. That way you can get it like twice a year.
Dude, the temperatures were between 55 and 68 the whole time. It was perfect.
Do they have cups?
What? They have one souvenir shop, and I didn't go check. So I think they do have them, but not at a bunch of locations. It's significantly smaller than
Renfest.
I
know it's that. But I mean, if I want to start going, I got to have my like.
You can find another obsession. That and the beautiful thing about this one is you didn't feel like cattle being herded around everywhere you went. So, you walk into Renfest and it's like, well, I can take the left hallway or the right hallway, or I can go to that sign that says mead. And you essentially have to bob and weave, and it's pretty much like a sporting event. Mm-hmm. Sherwood Forest Fair is set up to where, there's a fence around it, and there's stuff on the outside, but they don't really force you into aisleways. Aisleways are created because of where things are, but if I want to go from the far left to the far right, it's a forest. I can walk straight through it.
So they make it more like it would be back in the day,
and
like Renaissance used to be.
Yeah, and we ran into the photographer. He said he's been doing Renfest for 30 years and has been doing this one since the beginning. And I don't want to butcher any of the stories and all that kind of stuff. Just pretty much stating that Sherwood Forest Fair is not there to make money. It pays for itself. It was a guy who wanted to run a festival and thought it would be fun and cool. And he lives inside the castle on the property. So
dude,
as long as it
I
keeps
want to live in
paying
a
for
castle,
itself.
done.
And that, and they're like, don't bring firewood, just cut it down. Bring a chainsaw, cut down whatever wood you want, make your fire. So you're essentially clearing out more camping space for them.
So it's like a Southern Burning Man.
There were some comparisons. To Burning Man.
So but we're still at the stage where it's kind of cool and asshole kids haven't started destroying the area.
Yes, yeah. It was a lot. It was a good time. So I will definitely be back.
Are people chopping down trees old school?
There were some, but primarily they let you know that they've cut down enough trees to there's 2 or 3 years worth of firewood. So if you just bring something to make the trees into logs. So, but
no, I mean I just want to go put some get me a blue ox, right? And put me the little get
the old school, the old school two man saw.
Get the big axe and just go at it.
If your big axe makes that noise, you need a bigger axe.
How does a big axe sound?
I don't know. I'm not a big axe.
Me either.
I feel like this is another one of those what does the fox say videos waiting to happen.
Oh God, no.
How does the axe go?
I'm going to mute my computer before something horribly goes wrong.
I will punch people in the throat if I got to listen to that shit again. No.
But you did see there was a new video, I think it came out last week, and Robert posted it, where he was like, this is what he's like, funny enough, this is what I sound like. And it was a video of what does, a fox laughing apparently. But it's a baby fox, and he's yawning, and it sounds like a very maniacal, evil chuckle.
No, I don't watch a lot of the YouTube videos you guys post in chat rooms.
Did you see the Razer toaster?
No.
So
I did not see it in the chat room. I saw it on Reddit.
Yeah. I kind of want one. It shoots your toast out onto the plate.
And if you have butter on the plate already.
So I learned this while working in Louisiana for a little while.
Louisiana?
Louisiana. You have to borrow, in the extended stay hotels, you can borrow things like blenders, toasters, stuff like that. I wanted to make a grilled sandwich, but I didn't have a fry pan. So I had a toaster, so I turned that toaster on the side, put my bread on there. Top layer, the top piece of bread was bread and meat. Bottom piece of bread was the meat and cheese. I didn't think to have the plate ready. I didn't think it would shoot that far. I was like, whenever it springs open, it'll just sort of it'll come out further than what it does if it's vertical, but it's not going to launch it across the room. It launched about 5 feet, and both pieces landed food side down. So cheese side down, meat side down, and the amount of hair that I saw on both those items after picking up the floor made me realize 2 things. I didn't want to eat at all that night. I also never wanted to stay in a hotel again.
So there were pubes on the floor?
Man, dude, I picked up the turkey side. It looked like someone shaved a Yeti in that room. It was horrible.
So it's kind of like the sink in the restroom right now.
See, I was at a hotel in Galveston this last weekend for a wedding, and it was awesome except for one thing. So
The sheets were stuck together.
I don't remember. They were when I left. Anyways, so you walk in like a normal hotel, and there's a bathroom on the right, and then you walk into the room, and there's the bed, right?
Yeah.
So it was a 2-bed one, right? So you could like share with a couple if you wanted, if you're just like there for a quick night. And then if you look to the right, there's just this panel on the wall with the white smoky glass. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I realized you walk into the bathroom, it's directly in front of the shitter. So like if you're sitting on the shitter and you're sharing a room, you're staring pretty much at them. And they can see your shadow of you just sitting on the shitter.
Oh, I mean, like a shadow's not so bad if you're just like on display.
I don't know. You could make some pretty mean shit like shadow puppets.
Oh, there was some shadow puppets.
Like
it was hilarious.
That's where I would take the opportunity to cast my shadow as I'm hovering on the toilet seat, perched like a buzzard, just dropping a dude, like doing an upper decker. Go ahead and make it an upper decker.
Now, someone wanted to go do some poses with their belt on. It looked like they had a giant penis that was really thin and floppy because it was halfway off. It was great.
So we went there.
Yep.
Well, why not?
Did Kyle close it out for us with a Galveston shadow puppet story.
I'll pass along, since we're on the subject of hotels, I'll pass along a neat tip I saw today on Reddit.
Check for bed bugs?
We'll check for bed bugs, obviously. Beg bugs?
Beg bugs?
We got them downtown. We got beg bugs downtown. The tip was, whenever you go to do one of two things, depending on how much effort you want to put into it, if you want to be decent about it, go ahead and strip the bed and throw all the towels and everything on top of the bed in this big bundle of sheets. Or if you're too lazy to do that, which I don't really feel like doing that possibly, leave a note tucked underneath the sheets that says, if you're reading this, they haven't changed the sheets.
Nice. I'm going to do that now.
Yeah. Because like it would be nice to find that, like, oh, I'm sleeping in someone's scrot stain. Thanks for sharing.
See, I think I put
Well,
it
that
all the
didn't
way-
make things any better, so thanks, Chad.
See, I'd put it like up under the sheets, so when they lay down, it's a little crinkly. And they're like, "What the hell is that?"
That's exactly what the guy who posted it said. That was his experience. He slid underneath the sheets and then felt something go crinkle, crinkle, and he reached down and pulls out this note, and he's like, "I'm already in bed." But Tom Segura had a good joke about that. He's like, when I get to a hotel, he's like something about like, when I get to a hotel room, I don't waste time, wiping my balls on the sheets because they change those. I wipe my balls on the curtains because they don't change those. So think about that next time you want some light.
Yeah.
Or you need to do it on the TV remote. Everyone touches that.
You always wonder about the TV remote. Because you're like, you don't know if like the tactile buttons came from the factory that's sticky. So now, like,
I'm about to buy Saran wrap every time I go to a hotel.
Dude,
now,
every time I go
bag.
to a hotel, I usually bring about like 10 Ziploc bags with me, and the remote goes in one. Pretty much anything that's like in the room that you have to touch that gets moved gets a bag put around.
Chad's like Monk when he goes to a hotel.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so
Screw that. I'm just gonna go in like one of those outbreak suits. Just
yeah.
Sounds comfortable.
well,
Big
I'd rather
Hero
be
6.
I'd rather be comfortable than infected with something.
Yeah, like not just HIV but full blown AIDS.
Yeah.
Looks like Neil's getting tired.
Yeah, let's end it on AIDS.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all have been doing for the past 5 minutes. I don't
Well,
want to.
on that note, I guess music.
Yeah.
I was waiting for another intro, actually.
Yeah.
I thought about doing it, but I didn't want to be an asshole about it.
Or
So,
we start the extra.
the extra. Yeah.
Like she'd just be like, "Bye, bitches."
I'm happy with it because it's the easiest intro I've ever created.
Really?
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that would be an outro, not an extra. An extra was an extra.
Yeah.
True.
We start over right there too. We just go again. One more again.
Anyway, good night,
A
everybody.
new thing.